Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. With a sunrise spark, fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Grand Rising. This is your girl Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka AM Morning. Oh man, I just gotta wake myself up. I was up early this morning, or late, or should I say I didn't go to bed till late this morning. I'm just a little draggish, y'all, a little lag time, so please, you guys, bear with me. Definitely bear with me. My phone is dinging and going off because we got some messages and stuff coming in. One of a good friend of mine, I look at him as a mentor because when I start this podcast game, him and Tracy actually ushered me in over 5 years ago. Well, 5 years ago. I know them over 5 years ago, but they helped me in. He got acclimated. He used to be at the studio with me on Next Level Radio. Passed on Monday night. Colton Herndon, he was a big guy. Me and him used to always talk about weight and diabetes and all that good stuff. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to get my stuff right. I'm going to get in shape. And he was doing a great job. He was losing the weight, going to the gym and everything. You guys heard me talk about him before. He is my friend that's a retired police officer. And I wanted to get him on the Wellness Wednesday. I was going to try to get him in on the Wellness Wednesday to talk about what do you do when you stop by the police and the right procedures we should have, because we was talking about the police unlawfully stopping people and racial profiling and stuff, and how do you keep from being detained and thrown to the ground, right? He would have talked to us about all of that, but he recently went back to work as a bailiff in the court systems, and all of that. But Colton was working on his fitness, getting his stuff together. And on Monday night, him leaving the gym, going home, a drunk driver took his life. The driver ran right through him. And it was a shock to everybody. It's one of those shocks that make you pause, because you would think, okay, he probably did that from diabetes complication or health, he was getting himself together and everything. He was only 56 years old. Only 56. And it's kind of messed up, the story, because Colton is a retired police officer who got hit by a suspended police officer drinking and driving. The guy was already suspended, right? And he got hit. The story's out there. It was on the news and everything. For anybody who want to research it, we pulled it up. That Colton, that was my boo. He used to call Tracy a dream killer. He was like, out there, don't listen to Tracy. He a dream killer. We used to have hours of fun in the studio together. I would do my show. They would come in early with me on my show, and we would do our show together. Then I would go into their show with them. We had a great time, and him and Tracy both supported me a lot. When I did shows, they were there. When I was doing my open mics, they were there, because they called them, they was my big brothers, and they called themselves grooming me, for the podcast world and the comedy world. And they will always give me, because Colton was a comedian too. And they will always give me, tips and, and everything. And I just really loved him. I really did. My heart goes out to the family. He was a great dad, a great husband, provider, and everything. I can't say nothing bad about Colton. I can't say that he was a shit starter, a backbiter. He was a straight up 100 dude. Was he a little mean? Yeah, he was a little mean. If he didn't know you, he was take some, time to get, but I was able to get through that soft spot in his heart, and they just was like, poor little Reese, she's just crazy. And I fell in love with them as my big brothers. So with heartfelt sympathy with Tracy and the family, because Tracy know him for 32 years. That was Tracy, Road Dog, for 32 years. Him and Tracy, Colton and Tracy, in and out the comedy game and everything. So, yeah, my heart goes out to him and his family. And it's sad. He didn't even, he was taken away by another cop that was suspended already from the force and drinking and driving. But Colton was killed on the scene, right? That cop walked away unscathed. He was in a truck, F-250. I don't know how big the F-250 was, but they said it just plowed right through Carlton's Maximum. So I just right there on 301, y'all. It was just right down the street in Brandywine. Oh, so that's how my evening been, missing and commemorating a good friend, you know. So praise God to the family. We have pictures of Carlton that we'll be sharing through the show and all that good stuff. But yep, good old Carlton. We love you, Carlton. Rest in peace. So let's get on with the show. Oh, Tracy and other people may stop in to say, give their condolences, to say bye to Carlton, because I'm telling you now, I'm not going to the funeral. I don't do well at funerals. I get too emotional. So this is my way of saluting you and paying you homage and all of that good stuff. Not unless I have to go to the funeral. Like if somebody that's close blood, like my I'm not going to do that. When I went to my uncle's funeral, I came on my aunt's request. My aunt was like, "I need you here," and I'm there. But Carlton going to have so many family and friends around his family. He's not going to need me. So, and thank goodness, because I would go if they was like, I need you, but thank goodness, because my heart, I don't process that well, because I do have a heart and I get emotional, and I would be sick. So, yeah. So we want to go on with the morning Mac. We got some good health tips for you and everything, and I'll keep you guys informed of the actual date of homegoing and everything like that. But shouts out to my big homie. Nothing but love. Gotta get some hearts going up. Nothing but love. All righty. Let's get into the show with my super producers. We got we got Molly in the house, and we got Trey Money in the house. Grand Rising, fellas. Grand Rising. Come on in. Come on.
What's up? What's up?
All right, what up, Reed? What up, everybody? Woo woo, what up, woo?
What's up, Slicky?
What's up, people? What's up, people?
I see. Keep seeing LA Josh Preston liking the Morning Mac Show page, which is kind of weird to not comment
Who
personally
that?
or interact. But good morning, LA Josh. I do see you liking the page every day, so I don't know what's going on with you, but
Shit, I'm only
I'll still let you
responding to
know that I
people
see
in the
you at least.
comments.
Cause
You responding. Niggas in the comments only. That's the only nigga I'm responding to. You palming, hey, we
understood.
respond.
Understood.
Appreciate the like, the shares. Appreciate the hate as well. Let's keep it going.
hate as
One
well. Oh
niggas
my
do
God.
one viewership, be taking they lit. But
Understood.
Okay.
we in July, baby. We don't care July.
Don't care, July. Ooh.
Nah, that's when the fireworks go off for everybody. Like,
Come
don't
on,
play
Trey.
pretend. This the time to not play pretend with people. You either fuck with people, you don't. Not roll out. Don't play around. Don't hang around. Don't do all that. Get out of there. That's for everybody. If you got fake friends out here, get rid of them. As you see, we losing friends every day. Nobody got time to be fake.
Yeah.
Support us, we support you. You don't support us, we don't support you. That's how we going these years. Ain't
That
no
part.
more of that. You
I can
can
rock
like
with that.
me. Yeah, me too. We gonna give the same energy that we receiving. People
I'm
don't
there
like
already. Huh?
that. And I see it. Yeah, you give that energy, you gonna receive it, boy. Ladies too.
Uh-oh.
You
Ladies
give a
too.
fuck. Yeah,
Yep.
ladies too. You
Okay.
come on here, you give us that energy, you gonna receive it. You should give us love, you gonna get love. But it's always gonna dictate
Yeah.
on
It's
you.
time to get what you put out this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we just started off on this Wellness Wednesday. We got good videos. Oh, you sent more pictures. I ain't see these ones. I'm gonna download them.
Yeah, we could just pop him up through the show. And he was like I said, a big supporter, him and Tracy. Because if I was like, Trace, I'm doing something, he was like, Reese, you doing something? I'm gonna call to them, I'm call to them. You know, they will show up. Tracy called to the DA the bar, but I can't. They followed me bar 210. They was down at bar 919. They was there when I was whatever show that I was put on. I'm sorry if I get a little teary eyed because it's just I think I'm still in shock kinda because we was just talking about losing the weight and getting healthy. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna come on with us when it's time to talk about how I'm juicing and how he changed his diet, you know.
All right, for your loss, Tracy, man. I know how I feel to lose a real close friend. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
was his brother for
like
32 years.
that's tough, man. 30 plus years, shit. That was a gift too. But yeah, go ahead, bury your brother, man. I know everybody got your back. Prayers out for you. You know, lay him down right. That's the only thing you got left to do. You know, make sure you lay him down right. Send him off well. Don't worry about who don't make it. Don't get caught up in that. My boy G Dot used to do that. Who ain't here? You know, because we friends. You supposed to be there. I ain't with all that. What you was saying, Reese.
Well,
All that. I can't handle the film. Nah. We friends. We close and all that. You better be here. If not, we never rock with each other. I ain't trying nothing. Like if I die tomorrow, Reese better be there. I won't hit no motherfucker. I can't do no film. Y'all better roll her in that joint. You better say goodbye to Molly. Like you talking about real friends say goodbye. You know, you don't sit there. So I can't make it. If I don't know you that well, hell yeah. We just associates. Yeah. If I just know you from work or something, yeah. But if I know you, we friends. I consider you as a friend, and I love you. I cried when you died. Oh, I'm there. I'm definitely there. You know, but I know people that can't do it too, Reese. I be getting on them. I hold your hand. My boy Killer couldn't do funerals before he died. So you know what he did? He had to come with me. He didn't go to funeral without me. Anytime we had to go to funeral, he called me, man. You know I ain't going there by myself. I'm like, I know, I'm with you. But then when I had to go to his funeral, I had to go in there by myself. You know, so it's just like it's cool. Had G Dot, TMJ, people gonna be there for you. You know, it's gonna be other people there that love him just as much as you, and y'all can actually help each other at these times. But yeah, I'm just saying, something happened to me, Reese. You better come.
Okay, duly noted. If something happened to you, Tracy, I'm there. So let me look, Carlton. I'm trying my best to get there too.
You ain't gotta stay. You can pop in, show your respect, and leave. You know, view the baddie and leave. If you want to miss the viewing part, come after the viewing. I know some people that just can't do the viewing.
See that when that you know, my uncle, he was cremated, which was beautiful. We didn't have a casket to see him in that casket the final days. His daughters put this like shrine up for him. All of his, he was a chef, he was a cook, all of this cooking stuff, his picture, and it was beautiful. And they showed a video, a collage of all the pictures and the videos that he had, because he made everybody laugh. That was I was able to do that, and I was able to speak and everything. But I think it's seeing that casket, that part. So you're right. I may come after that part, because that viewing you in that you know.
It's a celebration. I don't know what else it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
What's up, Rodney? What's up, Kyle?
Ain't nobody scared to go to no parties. If it was a party to celebrate, people would be in there.
See, I don't care. I won't be at my funeral. I can't do funerals that don't come to mind. I don't care. I won't be at my funeral.
We make men have a party. I do, but don't
you will be there.
Y'all be up there. I'll probably
Beast gonna be there trying to see who made it. Beast will be there saying who made it. Oh yeah, who ain't sure? Oh nah.
We might. Oh
word. Only 5 people. Oh, I know I was better than this. Nah, what up, Rodney? Who else we got? Cal, what up, Cal?
The chef. I see you cooking stuff.
Chef Cal. I got Dr. Sebi video you got in here. And
Okay.
it probably don't even matter with Dr. Sebi. You know, it's gonna be something good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull it up. That can be the first clip we can start out with, Riri.
Sure.
Okay. Let's do it.
Eat, the body keeps saying, I'm still hungry. And you eat some more, and I'm still hungry. You eat some more, and I'm still hungry. And you begin to buy these larger dresses without realizing that your body is talking to you. It is telling us you are hungry. But we interpret hunger with eating a lot to quench it. No, hunger only says that you are starving for the food that is natural. And in proportion, you could eat 5 pounds of food, never receiving any nourishment. But if you eat 2 ounces of something natural, you will feel the energy immediately. Why? Because it will assimilate. Assimilation means it's going to go and digest with you. It becomes one with you. More you eat, the body keeps saying, I'm still hungry. And you eat some more, and I'm still hungry. You eat some more, and I'm still hungry. And you begin to buy these larger dresses without realizing that your body is talking to you. It is telling us you are hungry. But we interpret hunger with eating a lot to quench it. No, hunger only says that you are starving for the food that is natural. And in proportion, you could eat 5 pounds of food, never receiving any nourishment. But if you eat 2 ounces of something natural, you will feel the energy immediately. Why? Because it will assimilate. Assimilation means it's going to go and digest with you. It becomes one with you.
Yo, what's good, man?
More
It's
you
your boy
eat, the
Chow Bout, aka Bout Got Jokes. And every morning, Monday through Friday, you can catch me tuned into the Morning Mac Show on Facebook Live with Althea McFarlane, Molly Robinson, and my guy Big Trey. So if you ain't know, now you know. Play with it, but don't play with it.
I like anything that comes from Dr. Sebi, so you know that's always gonna be on point. I
He
definitely
is
believe
on
in that.
point. And he is absolutely right. You know, when we tell ourselves, my body is craving, because I've experienced this. I'm hungry, I got a craving. What do you want to eat? I don't know. You thinking that it's for food, but it's actually for what he said, the lack of the vitamins or nutrients or whatever it is that the body's missing. You know, so the first thing I do now also, you could just be thirsty, but I've been check this out, y'all. There's a lot of fruits and vegetables that give you water and hydration, like the watermelon. So what I do when I say I'm feeling thirsty and parched, I go eat me a couple of pieces of watermelon, just a few chunks. Y'all see how I cut the watermelon up? This is a couple of chunks about that size, right? And then and it quenches the thirst. And then if I'm still thirsty, I drink a little well, I didn't have any, but a little sea moss. I drink a little sea moss behind that, little lemon mint water. I've been trying to do that when I know just a little bit of that to help quench that thirst, and it replenishes me. I feel that kind of refresh. I could drink a whole daggone Slurpee, and then used to didn't feel. Still felt thirsty. You know, like after you drink sometimes a soda or a milkshake and you still feel thirsty, that's because those things are not quenching your thirst, the kind of thirst that your body is looking for, the kind of thirst that you need. So I am learning, people, slowly but surely. And I'm trying to put in place little stuff that I can do to change gradually, that make the changes that don't seem like I'm going on in, because I know when I go head in first, 10 toes down, and go hard in the paint, sometimes I fall off the wagon. But when I gradually do something, it's like adding something, and it's easy, and I'm rolling with it because I'm making daily changes and strides to my life to have a healthier and a better life, and just get off of this daggone all this medication that I'm on. So that Dr. Sebi Jones. It was all the way live. When I came across that, I was like, yeah, baby, you speak to the heart. And that's true. Facts. Go ahead, Dr. Sebi. Which y'all say about that, Molly?
Sebi, my man, he one of the goats. I think he was a prophet. How people believe in Jesus and he lived and he walked. I think he was one of them. He came to heal the people, teach the people, and he was crucified. He was a little different. His was over the jail, and they made sure they starved him. But they're still gonna be considered conspiracy theories. But I think for what he did before he left was amazing. Like a lot of people don't even know his name is not even Dr. Sebi. It's something totally different. Dr. Sebi just means like a traveler, healing traveler is a person who traveled the world and healed people as he goes, just like Christ. In every book I read, that's what Christ was doing. So to see him actually go out here and heal people from cancer, help people that was blind be able to see again. He getting rid of cures. He making cures of things that they said wasn't curable. You seen certain celebrities that basically catered to him, so that let you know that he ain't just anybody. For certain celebrities to come to him and ask some questions and actually get the help, and it seemed like it worked for them. But it seemed like all the people that he tend to help, something happened to them mysteriously, because they could have passed on that information. It's no different than the chef. Once he teach a kid how to cook, that kid might teach the next kid, but he can actually start a class and get 20 kids and teach them all. So knowledge is power. So I think him going with that knowledge, well, it was important that he passed it down to his kids. And his kids been pushing a lot of things that he had out here, and it seemed like they knowledgeable about a lot of the things he was doing. I know they might not know everything, but just knowing half of the things he know, I think will help the humanity overall.
Heck yeah. He said that he used to be 290 pounds. He said his mom was a preacher and wanted him to be a preacher, but he was like, no, mom, I don't want to be a preacher. I
Yeah,
suffer
definitely high
most
vibrational, Kyle.
that it's a different calling on his life. He wanted to help heal the people. And I thought, oh wow. And healing is a form of service. It's a form of preaching because he's preaching the good news about everything you need to heal yourself is in that earth. So he was preaching, he was reaching the masses and stuff. And I thought he was when I go back and listen to people like Dick Gregory, when you go back and listen, all of them are saying the same thing. They're tying into the same stuff. I think he was from Jamaica, but don't quote me on where he was from. But he was from the islands, um, and he was talking about all the fruit and stuff that they had, the stuff that they stopped growing here in America, or make us. When I say us, I mean our government. The government stop yielding crops and stop growing certain things. I'm still baffled about that. But I know it's all about food control and all of that. Why they stopped us from growing food and stopped the farmers from farming. You would think that would be like really big commodity because then that would mean nobody would be hungry nowhere if you let the people farm and eat the fruit that grows for free. The tree we used to pick berries off these trees for free. Food stopped by the side of the road back in the day. I remember my grandparents would get us in the station wagon, and a couple of our families would get there and they would pick berries right before they cook out all the kids. Do you know? And it wasn't illegal then, right? Because the berries just grew off like you going down 301 or Route 5 and the highway, the fruits and berries.
Yeah,
So
you're right, Kyle.
in order for them to stop us, they burnt them trees down. They destroyed the trees just to keep people from picking the berries and stuff for free. If you was homeless, if you was hungry, there was fruit trees and all, but they stopped that. It's crazy to me. And then they talk about, oh, we got to feed the homeless. We got to feed. Y'all took that away. I'm sorry. I'm just passionate about
Yeah, I could tell. But
certain
that's all
things.
right. That's all right. That's cool.
And took it away.
Yeah.
What Cal talking about in the comments?
He said one of them was saying that God, what did he say? That everybody should. Okay, so he said for every ailment on this earth, there should be a natural way to cure it. The big pharma doesn't want you to realize God made a cure for everything.
Correct.
Agree that he's a natural healer. He said Dr. Sebi is amazing, high vibrational food. I'm all about that. And actually, yeah, you do be posting healthy food items and nice plated stuff too. I was commenting on that. You see, riding a bit of a high today. Haha filmed the second episode of the podcast last night. It was a wild conversation. Shit, that's what's up on the movements, but yeah, definitely completely valid. Dr. Sebi, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I would love to be somebody that's well. I personally am not someone who takes medicine for anything right now. But I don't know. People swear by a lot. And will look to a Joel Osteen or somebody like that as somebody to listen to or chime into or watch for 3 hours on TV. But it'll be somebody like a Dr. CB that, for the longest time, people are starting to chime into him now. He's been doing this years ago when people were saying he was crazy, he was insane, he was a witch doctor, he was all of those things, all those slanderous things. So I hate when I've been on to something for a very long time. It's nice to always share and educate, don't get me wrong. But I hate when I'm on to something or I've known about something for a while and it was insane to speak on. You were crazy, you were silly, something was wrong with you, all those things. And then later on, 10 years later, then he's a savior. Then, oh my God, we should have listened. Oh my God, Left Eye and all the other people that went over there and got. But everybody that was involved with him was considered to be crazy or they were Illuminati or a witch or something. But, so it leaves me like with less to say when people like would have slandered or drugged the same person. A short time ago, and now will praise him or look to him for information. So it's nice that he is getting that shine, but it's unfortunate that you get your flowers after you're dead.
Yeah, I feel like that about Pastor Paul too.
Who?
He a guy, a pastor died at a young age, but he was preaching the truth, and all of a sudden it had a mysteriously died. He was talking about a lot of stuff, like CERN and a lot of other stuff. I want to say Darwin or Darden, but he's passed away too, and everybody was calling him crazy and everything too. But he was speaking the truth. Darden, but because a lot of people can't handle the truth, and when it's presented to them, they think the people are lunatics or heretics, or they're crazy. But Molly, you said something that I didn't know. You said that they killed him by putting him in jail and starving him to death.
Yeah, he wouldn't eat. And they knew he wouldn't eat nothing that they give him because he knew they'd poison him. So he refused to eat.
Where did he get first, why did they lock him up, and where was this at? Is it them?
He was healing people. That's how he died. He died in jail. A lot of people didn't know he was in jail before he died. Yes. They kept him in there. Like, he was just in there. They don't know why they really had him in there. They just found a reason to lock him up, and they locked him up. Nah, I don't believe so. It don't matter. All of them together, police. They just found a way to arrest him. And they did. And once they got him in there, they made sure that he didn't get out of there. And they do this with a lot of great people, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. It don't matter. It's just like once they die, that's when they become legends. That's when they praise him. But who cares? He dead now. So it's like now that people know about him, yeah, but we wanted people to know about him when he was alive. Not after he got crucified, because he ain't coming back in 3. He ain't about to rise back from the dead. But only thing good is YouTube, the knowledge still out here, the internet. So they might think they, did some things, but his word's still out here. His lessons, the knowledge that he put out here, some people, like, it's still out here. I know Nipsey was trying to make a documentary about it to push more into it, and something happened to him. Nipsey
Hussle?
Yeah, the rapper, he's doing it. Yeah, he was showing them homage, but I got another clip from him.
All the positive shit he was doing got him messed up. Oh, I like this one too.
Yeah, it's tough to be.
Reason. If it wasn't the cosmic reason,
it wouldn't have happened.
That occurrence would not have occurred.
Okay.
So we now, being the children of that continent they call Africa.
They call
what you call it?
What do I call it?
Name.
You in a deficit.
No.
We didn't name anything.
Oh,
How could we name something we didn't make?
okay.
We didn't call Africa anything.
The
They
land
got,
get me
they
every
got
time.
brothers and sisters that said, when it was a cable land, that came out of a vowel sound of A-E-I-O-U.
A vowel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's
And,
true.
and we had that in the jungle? No. We didn't have that in the jungle.
No vowels. No.
We did not have that in the jungle.
Right.
So what did you have in the jungle, nigga? What did we have? We had the laws of life, the vibration that was electrical.
Okay.
We need no philosophy. We
You had in the jungle, nigga.
obey the laws of life, just like the eagle, just like the elephant.
It's nature.
That's us. But
It's
we
nature.
have been divorced from it.
That's
But
right.
that's okay. Urwa
Urwa.
is here again.
Oh, wow.
Coming back.
Hey, girl, this is beautiful, right?
It is.
It develops a love to self. Oh, God, it's so delicious.
Oh, wow. I
Talk
love
to him,
that.
Savage.
I love you, Dr. Steve.
I love you, too. I love you. I
Let him
resonate
know
on
why
the
he was
jungles of
here.
Africa. I'm not like an Eskimo that lived with the whale.
Right?
If you gave me the diet of the Eskimo, I would die of a heart attack in less than a fortnight.
It's all
And if you gave the Eskimo my diet, he would freeze.
okay.
So it showed that when nature arranged something, you have to follow that arrangement because that is the original way it should be.
Okay. That
Oh,
makes
yeah?
sense. Yeah.
You mean to tell me that I would gain more of a life expression if
Yeah.
I obey the laws of life and not that of a theologian
That's right.
or that of a philosopher?
That's right.
Yes, because the theologian, have you eaten ham
That's right. That's
and lamb,
What's up, King?
which offends my biological?
Tell us about lamb because we all think that it's okay to eat the goat, the lamb.
Well,
that
of
it's better
course,
than-
it is okay for us to eat crab and lamb and lobsters and shrimps. Lamb is nothing. You see what happened? We are under the impression
Mm,
that if we aren't Christians or Muslims or Buddhists or Hindu,
mm,
that we are faltering.
somehow.
Well, we are faltering when we accept one of them because now you have become prejudiced.
Right.
You accept none. You accept you. And in accepting you, you accept everybody on their level. Like Mr. Watkins was saying today, Mr. Mel Watkins said, you know, there are many people that need Christianity
Hmm.
and need Islam and need Buddha. Yes, they do. But there are many of us that doesn't.
Okay.
We move on to another level of expression.
That's
And I am not going to take the position that the level of expression that we represent is better than anyone else.
okay.
It's
Nope.
different.
It's
It's
and it's
different.
ours. Right?
It's different. It's ours.
Right.
It's our resonance.
It's our personal truth. Yeah.
It's our
Resident.
resonance.
Resonant.
Oompa, oompa, oompa dee doo. The morning Mac show is definitely for you. Monday through Friday, it's the place to be. And guess what, crowd? Sometimes you'll see me. It's your boy, Mr. John. Tune in to the Morning Mac Show. Have a blessed day. My name is Mr. John, and I'm out.
That was a good clip. We need to go through that one again because he said a lot of good stuff there. He was breaking it down for him.
What up, King? Hell yeah.
What's
That's
up, bruh?
love. It's my religion. There we go. Cal with it. Love is my religion too, Cal. Cal part of my religion.
All that shit,
I
man.
like to
Y'all
hear that,
understand
man.
this morning. I'm rocking with that. Y'all getting it.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Monique said love is her religion. But I like that he was saying basically we can't eat what we see other species and stuff eat because God designed them species to eat that certain way. So we can't take on the Eskimo diet. They can't take on our diet. We can't, but we take on it like we say. We got to eat like a lion because we see lions and that's they diet. That's what they supposed to eat. It fits with them with nature. Whatever the whales, whatever everything, the gorilla, the giraffe, everything eating what it's set out to eat, except us. We've been tricked. We've been bamboozled. Nigga, you heard my man say, nigga.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like at the end of the day, you got to know what's good for our system, our body. You know, and we know it's fruits and veggies. We know it's herbs, it's plants. But they tricked us into eating meat. They tricked us out of our diet, our natural diet. And I think we can live a lot longer than what they saying. You know, it's just that we poisoning ourselves, we killing ourselves and don't know it. It's suicide. It just they won't tell us, but we thinking that, oh, you just died old age. But who to say that old age is not really a big thing if you take care of yourself for 100 years? If you eating what you supposed to eat your whole life, who to say how long you supposed to live? How would your kidneys and stuff start to fail you if you always give it what it had? Did you ever see a car that's broken down that been well taken care of all them years? No. You be like, damn, this car still run? Yeah, because I took care of it the last 20 years. That same car can be breaking down in the junkyard. You be like, damn, what happened to this one? Some care over the last 20 years. They've been ran down. And that's what it is with our body. So it's like we break down at a certain age and we think that's normal when we never really gave our body the chance to fight back like it's supposed to. We don't know how long. We probably can live 300-400 years. Having them people was living in them, you like, ain't no way you lived that long. But then I be looking like they was eating different. They lived different than us. So I don't know. What's y'all thoughts on it though? I can go forever about that.
Yeah, they was living 600, 500, 800. Look, if you go by what the Bible say, Enoch, Cain didn't begat Enoch to 800 or something years old. These people was 800 or something years old just having babies, 700, 600. So time, not unless they was calculating time the wrong way, but who knows? I don't, you know, but it said that it was in the hundreds of years old and just pushing out babies. You know how they say old men give you worms? Well, if that was the case, them old men should have been giving them pubescent fly eggs or whatever. Because if you want to go way back before your worm, I just don't know. But heck yeah, some people, and they look good too. When I was in a nursing home with my grandmother, she had a lady in there. She was 100. Back then she was 102. Bless her heart. I don't know if she's still living, but she looked good, Miss Massey. And she looked good, and she always had this doll baby. She called her baby. She talked to it and everything. And Miss Massey, they would say that she wasn't in her right mind, but she was. I would talk to her and stuff. I was like, ain't nothing wrong with Miss Massey. She was just, you know, and she didn't eat everything that they bought her. Her daughter and her kids would come up there and bring her a different stuff that she liked to eat. I was like, wow. And back then, she was over 100 dead. Skin looking good, clear. And I was like, wow.
Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The morning.
Hello. Somebody just came into the building.
Been here. JoJo, baby. What up, JoJo?
What's up?
Grand Rising, baby boy. What's up? It's right. What's
Everything
up?
good day to you. Good day. How's everybody out there? Who else up in the Chris Nib? Even though I've been watching, Lou Villa was in there, seeing him.
Morning Mac got the flavor,
JoJo bringing everybody in. It was funny man.
What's up?
What's up, people?
What up, funny man, DG?
What's up?
You said funny man, DG. What's up? It's right. We talking good stuff, y'all. We're talking about health and the Dr. Sebi videos and all of that good stuff. Hey, do you think that if we didn't poison ourselves with all the other toxins that's in the food, that we could live to be a ripe old age of 300?
Older.
You laughing, but you don't know what we could live to.
I'm serious.
Like you see, like
nah, but it's humorous instead of being a
but it's
humorous, but it's the truth. It's
right.
humorous, but it's the truth. I mean, there's a lot of these chemicals, and I mean that's why they're putting these chemicals and all in here and all because they don't want us to live live forever or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you see stories where people, you know what I mean, was like 800 years old and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
And
mean,
and their calendars had more months in it.
Exactly.
13.
Yep.
Yeah. What's up,
So
everybody? I saw the tape, and you know, I love. I'm with you, Molly. I could kick this shit all day long, man. This, a little bit of golf, maybe some tennis or little athletics, and kicking it like this and eating well. Shit, we could do that shit all day. Anybody hiring? I want to eat fruit, play sports, and talk good health all day. Who hiring?
Yeah, we are. We hiring on Wednesday. Trey, what you think? How long you think we can live if we ain't put all this poison in us and all this shit in the air?
Well, shit. The people that don't have access to this, the people that don't live in this country, unless they're dying because of other, reasons like war or whatever is going on, I'm inspired by those people. I'm inspired by people that have the skills to go out and hunt, not only to know what parts of an animal or what plants or vegetables or whatever they can pick off the ground and how it benefits them. People that have that type of knowledge are the true winners. Like number one, I think we can live, to be well over 100, years old, well over 100 years old. There's a lady that probably eat pork chops and all that shit that live right here. That's 104. That's next to my house in this little white house over there. But yeah, like I said, I like those people. I would love to live that type of life. Everybody is caught up on this, like what we think is luxurious or whatever in this country, or a nice house, a nice place to stay or whatever, and people can't feed themselves. Like you have to go to the grocery store. A lot of people have to do this and have to do that to have food. They can't, go take anything off the land and identify it and know what it means. So, I know you can live to be well over 100. I know that for sure. But, that's the type of life I would want personally over this one.
and not only live that long, but to be in your right mind and have function
Right.
of your body. Like Misha's dad is 90 years old. That's 10 years away from 100. And he's in his right mind, and he gets to the kitchen and make his oatmeal and stuff. I mean, and a lot of stuff he don't eat, he eat the way he grew up eating and stuff. And
Kyle said you are what you eat. Yeah, I mean, and ain't no question. See, they stopped saying that, yo. Remember they used to say that shit all the time.
Yeah, you
Kyle?
are what you eat. They stopped
You
letting
are
people
what
know
you
that.
eat. Remember they said that shit all the time. See, now they be calling you. They be calling you big. You see the herds going down the street. You know what I'm saying? You see the herds. Ain't nothing but a whole bunch of cattle out there. Cattle look like cattle going down the road these days. Rolling slow. You know what I'm saying? And by fault of our ignorance and of our we following this shit so easily. We so easily sold on this garbage. You know what I mean? They say it all in our face. Milk does the body good. Where'd that go at? They can't say that no more. And I'm saying when these things, and how come we don't pay attention and say, hey, this shit is really, you know what I mean? This is, I don't understand what I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I was in Alki drinking every day, I knew, you know what I'm saying? I knew I could get cirrhosis. I knew I was fucked up. Dude, are we just at that point that where we don't care and we just gonna continue to eat and live the way they pushing towards us? We just
those that are, yeah, I guess. Unless you coach the people and give them something to
I don't see.
try to wake them up.
Listen, I don't see I ain't see no Chick-fil-A, no McDonald's, no nothing shutting down. I don't see nobody stopping none of this shit. I don't see any of this shit. These McDonald's burgers last forever in a car, in a closet. I seen a bear that wouldn't even eat one. An outside bear that wouldn't eat that motherfucker. You heard me. The bear smelled it and was like, hell no, I ain't eating that shit. You know what I mean? And the guy, it was obviously a trained bear, but the bear, he kept trying to feed it to the bear. The bear started waving his hand away and everything. Like, get that shit out of here. That shit was, I'm serious. That shit funny. I'm gonna find that clip. Yeah, I mean, send it to y'all on the link. But yeah, yo, that and we go for it. Shit, it's that simple. You know what I mean? But we do that. We do that with cigarettes. We do that with alcohol. We do it with all these things. We enjoy this shit. And as hard as they slaving us to work, we ain't got no time to cook. So this shit's real easy to fall into. And I'm gonna get up off of there with that. Somebody pick it up from there.
Yeah, nah, you right. I seen some videos of a guy. He left some McDonald's out on by his trash can because raccoons and stuff be out there eating out the trash. They touch everything but that damn McDonald's. So they said, I'm gonna leave it another day. They touched everything but that damn McDonald's. I said, that's crazy, man. Like, they know it's something in the food. And back in the day, the kings used to have animals and sometimes people that eat the food before they eat in case it ain't right, you know. So they make sure if the dog won't eat or drink out the bowl, they know something ain't right. If the dog eat it and drink, they know it's all right to eat. Then if they ain't have a pet, they just let a human eat it. And if he fall like, yeah, I ain't eating that, you know, because they couldn't trust people. But now we trust anybody. They put it on the commercial, and they got LeBron on there saying, we love to see you smile. And they get these police out there. It's like, dog, they advertising poison us, and they making it look like it's good to do. They did the same thing with smoking cigarettes. They don't do it as much because you ain't got to advertise something that sells all day, every day. But when they first came out with it, they advertised that it was good. It was cool to smoke. They allowed them to smoke on air, live television. They had women.
On the plane. You can smoke on the plane
in the courtroom. I'm like, they was advertising you can smoke. And then years later, they said, oh, it ain't good for you. It causes cancer. And they stopped putting on the package. It was people back then in that time saying the same thing.
It give you a 3% kickback on the lawsuit from what they made, the trillions they made off of it. They pay that shit out with no fucking problem with their lawsuit and keep it moving. You hear me? They don't care. They don't give a fuck.
Paying it forward.
Allegedly, Philip Morrison Group, the cigar.
Hey, but let them get their hands. Let the government get their hands on Red Fox or something like that. They'll break that nigga. They ain't break them cigarettes when they killed all them people, but Red Fox or something, they'll break the shit out of us. But shit, that man, we keep going for this bullshit. I ain't got nothing, you know. All we can do is give me a fruit stand, nigga, and sell fruit. That's all I can do.
They get ready to outlaw dandelions and all that other stuff. Oh, you can't pick this, you can't pick that, or get ready to burn it down. They tell you, oh, to burn it down, to put this on it, you know, and they trick us into killing ourselves. Everybody that use the Roundup weeds, oh, we got to kill these weeds or whatever, not knowing the benefits of some of these weeds and stuff. Some of these weeds are good for human consumption, right? Now,
they only weeds because we call them weeds.
Killing the weeds and killing yourself in the process, because all of those weed killers and stuff that you're using to kill the plants, to keeping the bugs off, is also killing the humans.
Part of the plant
that they spray, the stuff they spray on the plants. It's killing us as well. That's why we gotta watch.
Yeah, they paid that out already too. They already took care of that. They already took care of that. You know what I mean? Roundup already made their payout too. So
organic,
you know, they still in business though. Matter of fact, they got a new logo. Shit.
Prince and Gregory was talking about the chemtrails or whatever. You know what I mean? That's where, you know, when you look in the sky and you see like all that, it look like smoke and everything from the planes and stuff and all. They was actually poisoning. It was I can't. You know what I'm talking about, JoJo baby? The chemtrails.
What are you talking about? It been
the chemtrails on here.
Yeah, chemtrails serious. They put poison. They spraying poison basically over top of the civilians, but at night it activates something. It make you act angry. It make you violent, and stuff like that. That's why at the certain hours you see things always happening. It ain't that because it's dark outside. It's just because they've been spraying shit, and then once they get dark, that's when it start to affect the body, and you start to do things you normally won't do. And if you got alcohol, it's over.
mainly in like hooded areas and stuff like that. No, and like Molly was saying, different alcohols, because there was a place, I want to say it was in Ireland, and there's a place where there's a whole bunch of violence and everything like that. No, and they come to find out it was from this plant or whatever. No, so they made like chemicals and all from this plant. And they tested out and everything and all, and that's like Molly was saying, they put over in like different areas, like mainly hooded areas and stuff and all. That's why some people will just wake up with like an attitude or something, all because of that. Yeah, that's what like I said, Prince brought it out, but Dick Gregory.
Dick Gregory.
Dick Gravy.
That sound nasty.
Damn, what's on your mind? What's on your mind, brother?
Shit that be on your mind. That clean that shit up.
Dick Gravy.
What about Dick Gravy?
It sounds like a new show. It sounds like a new show.
My grandmother, anybody ever told y'all that my grandma used to tell me the night air is bad for you. She was like, don't go out there in the night. She said that night air is bad for you. Night air to kill you. So and I grew up thinking that the night air. I would tell Misha I don't like being out here at night, out in the night air, because the night air gets you sick.
Shit, the shit they told you, I wouldn't.
But it's true because they come around. Some people told me they used to see military trucks come around at night spraying shit. That's what was killing and harming the people. So she is absolutely right saying the night air, because what's what they putting in the night air when they doing stuff when they think people don't see. And that was the night air. So that's what she was trying to say. She was 100% on the money. So I'm glad she told me that shit. It made you think. Okay. I'm like, Grandma, why you say that? And,
well, they getting it from every angle. If you do a little bit of everything, a little bit of shit in the air, a little bit of the music, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, then you ain't got no choice but to be an angry motherfucker almost, because that's the personalities that they set upon us. You know what I mean? It's a spirit, and it's a demon. It's demonized. You know what I mean? So that's alive too. So, you know, it ain't just the ones that we can see walking around. There's a whole lot of them that we can't see that are living inside these motherfuckers that are walking around. You heard me? So,
right.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna see what my boy Joe Rogan and was talking about chemtrails on his show. I'm gonna see. I don't know what he said.
And wondered about those long white trails left by airplanes. Some people say they're just condensation, harmless water vapor, but others, they believe those trails, known as chemtrails, are something much bigger. The theory goes like this. Some suggest that chemtrails are part of secret experiments. Maybe it's weather modification, like creating rain in dry areas. Or maybe it's a way to reflect sunlight and combat climate change. But here's where it gets wild. Others think these trails might contain chemicals meant to control populations or alter ecosystems. Sounds crazy, right? The science says otherwise. Experts explain these trails are contrails, formed when hot airplane exhaust hits cold air. But the persistence of these trails and their patterns in the sky have led to endless debates. What's fascinating is how this idea has spread. In the 1990s, the internet exploded with chemtrail theories. People started uploading photos of crisscrossing trails and asking, well, what are they hiding? Even today, you'll find forums full of people analyzing satellite images and weather data. But let's be real, there's no concrete proof that chemtrails are anything other than condensation. Still, it's one of those mysteries that keeps our eyes glued to the sky, wondering if there's more going on than meets the eye. What do you think? Just water vapor or something bigger? Either way, the sky is full of questions and we're all looking for answers.
It's always bigger. Always bigger. The food, if you can't go from the food to all this shit that they allow to everything, gun violence, the drugs getting over here, it's always bigger. It's always bigger. So that's it.
Yeah.
And that's not even conspiracy. I mean, you know, we're beyond that conspiracy shit. These motherfuckers doing shit. Yeah, it's simple.
Yeah,
I just don't like how in the video, like it like took away from it a little bit, like by saying like, you know, like it was a little. I forgot what they said specifically, but it was a little dime they dropped to try to be like, oh well, you know, kind of like it's just figurative, or it's not, or like dropping the disclaimer or without dropping one or something. But the real smoke or real exhaust from planes dissipate. Meaning they dissolve, they disappear, they go away. You know, a small trail, the real ones, a small trail will follow, and that small trail only gets to be but so long before the rest of it disappears into the air. When you can see them literally doing a graph over the sky, like to make sure that they cover, certain, radiuses and squares to make sure that they don't miss spots. Like Kyle was saying something about it be blue skies in the morning, then it's a blanket. I haven't seen real clouds in a very long time. They do little breaks. They take breaks. So they'll go real hard for like 4 months, and then for like 3 days, they won't touch it. They'll leave it alone. You'll start to see the real clouds back. Not the little blankets, not the little sheets or shit that's spread out like, over the sky or whatever. Nah, they're actually making sure they're mapped just like this. Like pretty much. They're making sure they
Hey,
make little grids over the whole sky to make sure they don't miss 1 inch. And
let
you
me
won't
break
see a
in
gap.
with you
Half the
real
time you
quick.
can't see the sun.
Louville, let me break in and say something about what you just said.
Yeah, go
With
ahead,
that,
bro.
because if y'all can remember when COVID hit and how them skies looked, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, COVID, and what I'm really remembering is when 9/11 hit.
Yeah.
When 9/11 hit and they weren't flying no more, and how the sky changed back to, I mean, it was something that I seen when I was like 5, 6 years old.
Makes you
You
remember
know
how
what I
long you haven't
mean?
seen it too when you see it.
It was amazing, and how I was so intense with it is because I was behind the wall. You know what I'm saying? I was behind the wall, so that was the only thing we could see is the sky. You can't see nothing else. You can only look up. You can't see over the walls. They're like 60 feet tall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's all you could see. So that even more intense is what I want to say when you're in a situation like I was in at that time of the only, you know what I mean? That would more intense and very, very, very eye-opening. You know what I mean? Like of what's going on with that. All that shit comes back to your head. Trails and all the planes and the exhaust. Just the plane fuel itself. You know what I'm saying? Just the plane fuel itself got to be doing something. You know what I mean? Let alone them putting some twerk in it. You know? So yeah.
There's video out here.
Huh? Go ahead, Molly.
But now, so there's video out here of guys actually showing how they spray the chemtrails and how much they get paid and everything. You know, so I'm looking for it. So if I find it, I'm gonna share it. What you got to add to it, funny man? I see you've been ready.
Yeah, I sent you the video with the Prince interview.
Oh yeah, I had that up already. You talking about one of these? I had a couple of these joints. Prince talking about it. Yeah, I was sure after everybody get a comment on the last one. So yeah, Prince talk crazy about it too. I'm gonna share a small part of it. I ain't gonna share the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like 4 minutes or something.
Yeah. See what Prince talking about. Reese Boo thing right here, y'all.
Of chemtrails.
Miss Girl.
And you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time, and so that's cool. A jet just went over, and then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails, and he started to say things that hit home so hard. And I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said online or wherever and try to get a copy of it and just listen to it.
Who is
because I was so moved that I had to write the song.
One conspiracy theory that Prince believed in wholeheartedly was the conspiracy theory of chemtrails. He alleged that this is why everybody acts crazy when planes pass by in the sky and nobody.
Vultures, boy, they vultures. I thought it'd just be Prince. They just trying to eat all Prince, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the whole thing. I'm gonna find another one. The one you sent me, just all Prince Day.
Yeah, that's all Prince. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, they on trash. But he said people started fighting in the neighborhood back when he was young. Prince older, I ain't.
Yeah,
They shooting now.
he's from Minneapolis, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
67. He would have been 67 if he was living. His birthday
That's
just
probably when the fucking doses was too strong. They said, "Oh no,
Uh-oh.
we gonna turn this shit down a little bit. But that's and spray some other shit. We gonna try some other shit." They had to develop that shit. You know, everything trial and error, but they had to. They said, "Oh no, we hitting them with a little bit too much. Let's try this other shit. Plan B."
I had to put some cut on that shit. I thought it was too strong on the sleeve.
Put a little cut on them motherfuckers.
Yo, that shit right there, that shit right there can stand the floor. That shit can stand the floor.
Hey, Molly, hey, Molly, let me get the screen.
God.
screen.
What he got? Purple Rain.
Ain't this ironic?
Purple
It was
Rain.
ironic you wore yesterday.
Purple
You had
Rain.
that motherfucker on yesterday. It ain't ironic.
Yeah,
That's your sleeping shirt.
Let me find out you sleep with Prince,
Don't
baby.
worry,
You
I wore
sleeping
this
with Prince.
yesterday. I threw it in
What do church people say? Something told me to wear this shirt.
You can't. Let me find
this shirt because I knew it was gonna be a message for somebody.
I knew we were gonna talk about Prince today. Something told me.
All right, Cal. Appreciate you for tapping in with us.
That's cool. Thank you for stopping by. What's up, Phoenix?
Let me find out that Prince shirt is like my granddaughter's blankie.
Hell
you can't sleep without it.
That's his male
They
version
can't
of a
sleep
boo
without
boo.
it.
Fucking is.
Wheezy Wee.
Like shit.
And sleeping without it, that's why night air was bad for you. Thank you. Because I was like,
That's why.
night air. Sleeping, the carbon
What are you
monoxide,
talking
the
about?
trees, and the photosynthesis. That's why they said the night air was bad, because at the night, the trees don't release the oxygen in the daytime, but they release the carbon monoxide at night. That's why nighttime air is difficult breathing than it is.
You was stuck on that the
air.
whole time.
Yes.
A whole conversation happened since then. You want to
That could be
Nobody
still
even
another
gives a fuck, but
ladder.
nobody wants to tell you.
That can still be another ladder they telling them, you know. Like male trees different than female trees, but we only got male trees around here. That's why it's pollen everywhere. It's like, so it's like that was just an answer for people trying to figure out what the fuck. No, it's coming from the trees. No, it's coming from the chemtrails. That's what it's coming from. They must just slick, man. So that's what they were saying. It come from the trees at night.
The difficulty in night air. I was like, why did my grandmother used to say night air is bad for you? And other people I've heard say night air is bad for you.
Half these people don't walk nowhere, no fucking
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying.
anyway.
They used to say that milk was good for you too. So do that make them right? That's what I'm saying.
Milk isn't good for you, but they were right about the trees.
It make your bones strong. No, I'm saying they could have been telling them that about the trees, and them trees probably pushing the same thing they pushing out during the day. Like, what change is that? Like, that's like you breathe different. Yeah, so you can't see it, so they can say it.
For the photosynthesis and the creation of carbon monoxide and
who get their ass out the house and actually be outside in the outside air?
I feel the same as I feel during the day.
Oh, so that means you ain't got to worry about it then.
Oh,
that makes it easy.
When I saw the State of the Black Union,
it's quality.
Really moved me and a lot of my friends. I show it to everybody comes in the house, especially white folks.
Everybody just shut the fuck up.
They need to hear that, so that they know more about all of us, because what he said affects all of us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time and say, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing. And
that's why your eyes burn, Phoenix.
Okay. And you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails. And he started to say things that hit home so hard. And I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said online or wherever. and try to get a copy of it and just listen to it, because I was so moved that I had to write the song. The other thing is the first line of the song says I was born on the same plantation, in the United States of the red, white, and blue. And we live in a place now that feels just about like a plantation. We're all indentured servants. You know, when I found out there were 8 presidents before George Washington, I wanted to smack somebody. You know, I wanted to know why I was taught otherwise. Just tell me the whole story. I'll fill in the blanks, but don't tell me something that you think I'm supposed to know.
We're indentured servants and we got a black president now?
Well, I don't vote. I have nothing to do with it. I got no dog in that race.
And for those who would cuss me out and slap me in person if I didn't ask you why?
Well, the reason why is because I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and we've never voted. And that's not to say that I don't think Barack Obama, President Obama, is a very smart individual, and he seems like he means well. Prophecy is what we all have to go by now. It's very interesting. I did a sold-out concert in London. We played 21 nights in a row, and all the concerts were sold out. When I would watch television over there, and you'd see the United Nations feed, the direct feed from the United Nations, you'd hear them talk a lot about religion. You'd hear the Bible mentioned constantly. This is not what we're used to in the United States. It's almost as though there's no need for God and no need for religion and justice in politics. So there's supposed to be a separation of church and state over here. We can't have a separation of state and morality, though. And, you know, songs like Dreamer and even Feel Good, it's the same thing.
I got good news and bad news. The bad news first, since I like ended on good news. The bad news is I'm out of time for this show. The good news is I think that if I lean on my friendship, I might be able to get Prince to stick around for like another 12 minutes. And if you tune into this program tomorrow night, we can finish our conversation. It's never over, but we'll continue it, talking about these other 3 songs from the new CD, Lotus Flower, at lotusflower.com. I want to ask you about these other 3 songs tomorrow night. And then this fine artist who he referenced earlier, you can take fine any way you want to take it. This fine artist he referenced earlier in this conversation, Bria Valente.
Oh,
yes. Bria will join us tomorrow night as well. So
now
tomorrow night, now we talk. Right. So tomorrow night, part 2 of our conversation with Prince, and Bria Valente with us tomorrow night as well. She's one of the 3 CDs in this new Lotus Flower package of 3 CDs. Prince, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Damn. They ain't dropping shit like that no more.
But look, the people that was telling the truth out there, trying to tell us about the industry and everything, and even good health and all of that, they're Xing them out. They go out. The good die young. How they say only the good die young. But if you're talking about crazy stuff, you know, I just don't know. When you try to put people on, Marley, we might get in trouble for this show. Everybody on this show might be associated with trying to.
You keep speaking. You speaking into existence.
You speaking it forward.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? Everybody in this group might be. You don't want you'll get somebody.
They'll do that. We'll all get hit with the Dave Chappelle joint. The motherfucker sprinkle some crack on.
Running to Africa because I'm crazy and shit. Or whatever.
Yeah, Weezy,
you the one speaking it forward and shit.
Michael was sharing messages in his music as well.
No, but if we can look at Oklahoma City, if we can look at the syphilis shit that happened in what was that? Was that Mississippi or Alabama? Yeah. And if you can look at what's that other joint we watched while back where they had all the amusement parks and all that shit. If we can watch all this shit get destroyed, everything why would we not think Why would we not come clear and say, yeah, of course there's shit in the air. Yeah, of course our food's fucked up. Yeah, of course. I mean, why would we not? Why would you not think that this shit is possible? If they sat back and watched the whole community, the whole black state go through life with syphilis just to see how they respond to it, what make you think that they would? It's not still happening. What changed in America so much?
Yeah, no.
The only thing that's changed is the way they do it. The only thing they do poisoning us. The only thing is changes is how they cover it up. How they make you. Oh, you got it. Everybody got to do this. Everybody got to do that. Everybody, in order
they're getting smarter too.
So you got this plane, you got to show verification that you done had this jab to get on this plane to travel. So they want you to take before you can travel this. You got to be this. You got to be that before you come on the show. You got to be, I'm like, why I got to be experimented on? Because that's what they're saying.
Right.
Because everybody knows it's experimental drugs and stuff. Oh, you got to be experimented on before you can hang with us. I don't want to hang with y'all because all of y'all contagious. All of y'all already got the heebie-jeebies. They done gave it to you. And it was like, no, it's not a live virus. Lies. That's how vaccinations work. They give you a small doses of something that's live. Oh no, it's not live. Oh, it's dead. I'm like, yeah, right. But something dead gonna get you sick. So then you letting them put something dead in you, and supposed to help the body.
Right.
And that's how And the doctors are. I looked at my doctor. I said, "Did you get it?" And he was like, "No." And then when my nurse told me, she was like, "Girl," I said, "You get it?" She was like, "Girl, no." And I'm like, "Yeah, because y'all know something, right? Thank you. I'll tell you, and no, thank you." And my doctor's like, "Okay." And even insurance is give you, if you get this shot, you will give you this amount of money. And some people was doing it for the money. Insurance company, So it's what changed is how they slicking it to us, how they sticking it to us. That's what's changed.
Yeah. They got you buying it now. You don't even gotta sneak it in you. We go buy it. The fuck are you talking about? Nigga, we going out looking for it. Them chemicals hitting the nigga brain cells. Hey, look, I was moving around yesterday. Nigga saw the Chick-fil-A sign. You already know what happened. And the motherfucking but wasn't no Chick-fil-A in the motherfucking conversation. Got to that familiar spot and that Chick-fil-A hit. Nigga, I'm trying to stop Chick-fil-A right quick. I said, I know that's right. Shit, I know that's right.
Vaccinated children are always healthier than vaccinated children. She said the government isn't always. I can't see it. She said, "Oh yeah, the government isn't covering anything up. Everything is out and open. We just don't listen hard enough." No, people just don't care.
Yeah,
generally just don't care. It's not about listening hard
Don't
enough. It's
care.
not about knowing it's not there.
Listen.
No.
Like I said, tune into some of them channels at the beginning when you turn on your TV. For those that watch TV, look at the boring ass ones that you skip over. That's where the information is. That's where they're telling you exactly what they're doing to you. But people don't generally care. So it's nice when I get around people that do, but 98%, 97% of people don't really give a fuck. They're just pretending like they do for a conversation.
They just slaving to get that money to get more. We just new slaves. That's all it is. And now that's it. That's it.
We indentured servants. You still indentured servants is still you slave for the dollar.
Look how. I'm sorry out there, but look how stupid we are. I mean, we look at shit. I mean, Jesus, everybody want to be a Christian state, right? Okay, we're a Christian state. Did Jesus give the money to the church? No, he went out on the streets and put that work in for people that needed it. He didn't go to the motherfucking church. When he went to the church, he flipped it upside down. I mean, when Jesus said you can be more than me, the same and more, do we listen to that? No, we let another motherfucker be bigger than us so we can envy him. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Shit, we trash. Yo, we go right for it. I mean, the Bible said that Jesus' words is okay. If we're gonna go off Jesus' words as a Christian state, I'm not saying. I'm just saying like it's mine. It's not mine. But if we're gonna go off of it, yeah, yo. I mean. Then what the fuck is we doing? We got all these people on the street. You don't see people up here helping these motherfuckers on the street, but they going to the church and giving them a tithe. Take your tithe out and feed a tithe worth of people. If everybody did that, wouldn't be no hunger out there. Yeah,
No,
man.
they basically riding around in jets and making chemtrails.
Trying to look cute. They trying. Everybody want to outdo the next man. They trying to look cute. You know what I'm saying? I went to a church one time where I ain't have no suit on, nigga, and I thought I was butt naked up in that joint the way niggas was looking at.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Them chemtrails. Prince, what's your thoughts on it? Funny man. Took from it. Why you wanted to share that clip with the audience today?
Well, two things. One, because of the shirt.
Boo.
What?
No, and
let him go.
So just because, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, a lot of people, because I was shocked when I seen the video or whatever, and I was like, oh, Prince was, you know what I mean, was talking about that, or, and you know, because I already seen the Dick Gregory, you know, but for him to, you know what I mean, to you know what I mean, bring out, you know what I mean, that he also seen it and did a little research and everything like that, you know, and was talking about it and stuff like that. So and because this is you know what I mean, Wellness Wednesday or whatever, like that's when we want to bring it out. There was also another video. It's a little off subject, but no. But I was giving props to the black dude that used what was the recycled plastic or something like that. No, and to replace it got approved and everything.
Gas you come out for the car, the diesel. Yeah, we shared that before here. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
it must be a chemtrail over JoJo because he seemed
no angry today, and dandelions must be going out of seed. Hey, so we are copper.
Anyway.
No, we just talking. I just tired of seeing us being suckers. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to say, in case y'all didn't know, that Prince was a vegan too. In case y'all
he's vegan. In case you ain't hear him, he said he don't vote too. I mean, I said that.
So stick on all of it.
And people was like, "Oh, you don't vote, Molly? You don't vote? You don't vote?" But you see, Prince ain't vote. I ain't hear nobody ever get on Prince for not voting. I'm just
wanted people to know that he was healthy and confident.
Yeah, but point everything out because some
he
people
was
get
everything.
Hold up. I was pointing out what he didn't say in the video, and I was just letting y'all know that little tidbit. Why y'all attacking me?
I ain't attacking you. That's how Trey tried. I ain't attacking you.
That's what you go there. Stop feeling.
I said he also meaning that. Yeah, I knew he's vegan. I've studied Prince, Dick Gregory, all of them. I know a lot more about them probably than a lot of people that's a lot older than me. But I studied them after the fact. You know, I only can see what they put out there though. Y'all got able to see him when he was actually active and probably seen these interviews live. And that's back then people ignored the things he was saying. I ain't hear too many people talk about chemtrails when I was growing up, or Prince said don't vote. Everybody was dragging me saying you need to vote. When I first be able to vote, they come wait to run me out there so you can vote.
All that stuff if you don't vote.
And Prince didn't vote, you know, and it makes sense why a lot of these people didn't vote because they know that it didn't bring change. I was young, I ain't know no better, but now when I see people Prince age and a little older or younger, they still vote, and so I miss his message. They hear his music, they like his music, and I like that about Prince. The interview supposed to have been about his music. He made it about us. He made it about protecting the people. That to the fact that they couldn't even finish the interview for real. He said we should have other things to talk about. Too bad. I talked about what I wanted to talk about, but at the same time, I'm with Trey. People just don't listen. What Louisa said, and some people just don't care. They just want to hear the music. They want to hear him and do whatever he do, but he was letting us know that they harming us, man. Why go vote? And that's why these people get silenced, because Prince had a big following. He really was to come out and tell people, hey, look, y'all don't need to go and do these things. They'll mute him, you know. So I like how he did it.
The Jehovah's Witness, and they don't believe in politics and all of that. They said that's not God's business, you know. In which they're right. That's man's, you know.
Jehovah's Witness. Religion, period, you don't supposed to vote. So that's how they fool you. They say, oh, you Muslim, you don't supposed to eat pork. You Christian, you don't supposed to eat it either. Like, you just people don't study their religions, their books they into. They just join stuff and just for no reason. You can be joining a cult and don't even know it. Y'all gonna be out here poisoning people and don't even know be supporting sex trafficking and all this stuff and won't even know it because they fool people thinking that you're doing good. Donate to this cause. This was going to help feed these young, hungry kids. Whole time, probably helping them grab these kids off the streets. You don't know where this money going, but there's a kid like probably a block away and ain't eating 2 days, and that's their problem. Let them deal with that. That's their problem. We don't take care of our neighbors, but we be quick to take care of these people that don't really care for us at all. We be quick to run out there and vote. That's my president. What? That ain't nobody president. Trump, Obama, it don't matter who it is. They just put people in place to keep us where we at, and we fall for it. I love when celebrities come out and tell us the truth. I just hate that we ignore it.
Because Tyler said, you didn't vote for Barack Obama. He was like, nope. He was like, nope.
Yeah.
Travis was like, wow, that they'll get him if he didn't. You know, because that's half the world think that they could change it politically, and the other half of the world think they could change it spiritually. So that's the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
But I accept people for who they are. Just because you don't vote or you don't do this or you don't do that, don't mean I can't love and appreciate you. Don't mean I can't. And that's what people, when they draw sides in the state, they will fight Republicans against the Democrats, the voters against they will actually draw lines in the sand, draw lines in the sand. I'm sorry. And it's not supposed to be like that. You know, why can't people respect people for their views and for what they feel and how they feel? They ain't harming nobody. They ain't hurting or killing nobody. Why can't I respect you and love you for you? And if more of us did that, it would be a better place.
I agree. We got another clip. Riri. Okay. See if y'all like this one. Say the unwritten truth. Who are we? It's mostly for the folks.
Is the unwritten truth. Who are we? And why are we still arguing? You call yourself black. He calls himself a Moor. She swears she's an Israelite. Another claims they're indigenous. And guess what? The white elite doesn't care what you call yourself because they still own you regardless. While we argue over labels, they cash checks off our confusion. The average African American doesn't even know who their great grandmother is. Most don't read, most don't write, but suddenly they're spiritual historians. This is exactly what white supremacy wants. A fragmented people debating ancient bloodlines while their water's poisoned, their schools are trash, and their minds are broken. We owe thousands in debt. We suffer in silence with mental health issues. We don't know who we are. And worse, we don't know where we're going. And every second we stay divided, we stay conquered. They don't fear what we call ourselves. They fear what we build if we ever united. That's the unwritten truth. This is the unwritten truth.
Props go out to Sly Ty. That was that's his music as well. A lot of the music and stuff that we are feature on the show. I got to give it to Sly Ty. Thank you for that, Sly Ty.
Oh, it was just playing. I couldn't hear it. It was just playing. Oh.
Yep.
Those are Shades of Blue ad that we done seen a million times and we love. But what you think about that? He was saying the division between black people, you know, the unwritten law, You know, like people out here claiming they black, they indigenous, they Moors, they this, they that, and he was saying that the elites, white elites, they don't care what we call ourselves, as long as they keep us divided and confused. That's all that matters. And that's what been hurting us out here. We all arguing about where we really come from, who we really are, and all this stuff was created by somebody. You know, like I'm pretty sure we all wasn't there to agree with it. Like if I ain't want to be called a Moor or Hebrew, I wasn't there. You know, so it's just like I'm me, I'm Marley. You know, but I want to know how other people feel about it, because I hear people all the time like I feel like we're indigenous to this land. You know, but I don't be going around saying I'm indigenous. You know, I'm native, I'm this and I'm that. You know, but I hear people do that a lot. You know, and I see that it causes arguments, and sometimes it causes friendships to never even talk again. It's just weird, you know. Do y'all look at yourselves as black or African American? How do y'all look at yourselves, and how do y'all treat people who look at themselves as something else?
I see. I see both. You know, what I mean, both sides to it, whatever. And all, you know, what I mean, because you know, what I mean, like, you know, people that say that they're from the land and they want to, you know, get the history, you know, what I mean, where they from, you know, because you know, what I mean, there's like. You know what I mean? Look for the royalties or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? If they're from this land, you know what I mean? You know, probably, you know what I mean? Their great whatever was like a chief, or you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. No, but what you was talking about, you know what I mean? Like as the like the white supremacists and different things like that. No, I seen this junk. I think it was on the news. They interviewed like a Klansman and everything, and they was like, he was like, I'm gonna be truthful, you know what I mean? I thought, you know, y'all was like done and all. He was like, no, we're in full effect and everything. We getting members and all the time. I said, but we don't have to do the lynching and different things like that and everything. Sit back, watch.
They kill themselves.
Yeah, I seen that too, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree 100% what the man was saying in the video. I just stated that we need to love each other in spite of who each other are, you know, or their religious beliefs and all of that. Because we are people, like you said, the elite not fighting amongst themselves what they are. They throw a little confusion there, and they was like, oh, these tribes and all these different cultures are fighting, but they still remain solid.
Yeah, they doing it with everybody. White people too. They just bunch them all together. Hey, we all this color. So people at the top don't care. You gonna have people arguing. I'm a Jewish person. I'm not this. I'm not that. But I'm like, do we really not remember that every time something get created, it get named? So even if you create a basketball team, we're gonna call it the Washington Bullets. They can switch it to the Washington Wizards, like Washington Redskins, the Washington Commanders, you know, just like, but when I'm born, I'm just like, the Redskins in my eyes, I thought they motherfuckers been around a million years. You know, I'm like, oh, damn, I started hitting people. I remember when they first got to DC, and I remember I'm like, damn, y'all, like football not that long. A lot of stuff not that long, even iPhones. It's some kid that's born into iPhone. They don't know iPhone ain't been around but less than 20 years, 16 years. But in their eyes, they probably thinking they've been around forever. But we gotta understand that it was a man that named it iPhone. It was a man that named it Apple. Period. You know, but we lose faith for that. You know, it's other religions that's being created now. They got names for it. But 100 years from now, you'll think, oh, this always been around. This is what it is. So that's why I think about even African American. That's why you see Dr. Sebi say Africa. We didn't call it Africa. You can't name something you didn't create. They naming shit they didn't create. They didn't create us, but they naming us saying you African American, you're a Hebrew, you this, you a Jew, da da da. What's your thoughts, JoJo?
That's the part I wanted to hit. You ended it right where I wanted to, where my comment wanted to come in. The African part. Don't get that to me. I mean, no disrespect to the heritages from all there. We don't really know the truth unless, you know what I'm saying, but where we come from. But don't be cutting my Americanism. I'm American, nigga. Don't be trying to put another country on that. You know what I'm saying? To make me less than you, and then you say you just American, and here I am, got to be African American. Is like I'm less than you. No, I'm American. I was always American. I was born here. My peoples was here. My peoples before that was here. I don't know as far as going back to the slave ships, which if I was a part of the people that, because gotta remember, United States was just the biggest buyer of slaves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where the ships came from. When they heard America was buying slaves, people started kidnapping motherfuckers from other countries and bringing them here. But the blacks that were already here already got round up and brought into slavery before they even, you know what I mean? They set the bed. Let's say they made the bed first, and then they welcome everybody to come sleep in it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of black people from here, I mean, from the beginning of time, black people from here. You know what I'm saying? So let's cut that out and don't be cutting my Americanism. I'm American, motherfucker. American, period. Put it that way.
You know when they said people don't know who their great-grandparents are? Well, a lot of people don't. I'm blessed to have known my great-grandparents and to also have known that my great-grandparents were from here. Wasn't born anywhere. They was born here, if you want to go back, and their parents was born here. So this is here is what I also know. All I familiar with. I was born here, so was my parents, so was their parents' parents, and their parents' parents was here. So am I American? 100%. I'm American.
Yeah, well, you got some people, parents telling them they came from Africa, even though they was just told that, and then that history get passed on down to the next generation. Like when I grew up, I thought we came from Africa. I always thought we came from Africa, so I started studying myself. And when I went to college, that was like shocking to me that Columbus didn't discover America. Like I was like, how? Like so, it just mind boggled me that. Not only did the school lie to me, that my fucking family ain't say nothing. I'm coming home doing these projects. Ain't nobody let me know, like, this bullshit though, but you're going to have to do this, just to get a good grade. I believe in this stuff. So I'm in history. I believe in white history. Basically, this is their history, but I'm thinking this is my history. So when I started to find out the truth, I'm like, why I wasn't told this thing? No, I'm not African American. Now I'm really, because I know who Africanus is. Like I started to find out, like, no, ain't no way that they got these people all the way from Africa over here on a boat. Like that don't make sense. It was people already here, but they tricking you out your spot. So if they tell you came from Africa and you start claiming you from Africa, they tell you go back home where you came from. They was the visitors. No, they came to visit. That's somebody coming to knock on your door and you invite them in and say, hey, you can stay for a week. And then a week later, they say, you're not even, this not even your house. You from all of your house all the way over there. This day home now. And now you in there and you paying them rent to live in your own house. And that's how I looked at it. I'm like, oh, they trick bagged us. But now we too smart to fall for it. And now I see, no, long as they got the school system in place, they just program the next kids. And the next kids just program their kids, but it's time to wake everybody up. We got to stop letting them get away with these lies. And I ain't just saying like white people, it's black people too. All the elites, all the people at the top, they getting away with these lies. So when you see people say, take these history books out of school, they just being racist. No, that shit fake. The people trying to get it out, they know that's not our history. Put the real history in.
When the motherfucker tell you, you woke, those woke people, you know what I'm saying? Like that's telling you right now, they want you sleep. Go back to sleep, motherfucker. We don't want nobody woke. I mean, god dang, that shit crazy. I don't understand how we don't catch on to any of this shit.
Well, because like Molly said, we programmed. Prince said in his interview that he learned that before George Washington, that there was 8 other presidents, and he was like, why did somebody let me know that? And there was a black man. He was like, he came home mad. He was like, why didn't somebody let me know that? Why did somebody tell me? Why am I learning this? It's because this is what they programming. When I heard when their schools were segregated, but when I came along, we was not segregated. When schools was not segregated, the curriculum, the black kids learned more and more, and there was doctors, lawyers, scientists building all this stuff before segregation even came. So segregation didn't help us. We was awesome on our own, is what I'm saying. They said these people are going to become the elite. They're going to surpass us in every way. So they had to water us down. They stepped on us by integrating us and mixing up our history, mixing up what we should be learning as a culture or as a people. That's my opinion of it. Okay? I want to know my history, not his history. I want to know more about us and you know, and it was, and different cultures learned different things. I'm pretty sure that in the Asian culture, their curriculum of learning is different. Just like in the but with the Asian community, the Indian community, all the different cultures is different. The Indian community, the way they learn is different. And when they started integrating and made everybody learn the excuse me, quote unquote, the white man's history, is when they started dumbing us down. That's when we didn't learn nothing about us no more. We was learning all about them and learning their story.
That comes in the whole Trinity. That come in the whole Trinity, Reese. That comes in the whole Trinity. The stories, the diet, the religion, all that come into all that the physical. It all comes in the same. You know what I mean? They dumbed us down in every single last one of them.
Mm-hmm. And why you ask? Because we was a threat to them?
Of course. You know what there was that there was full societies and running function. There was, man, they had everything, plumbing. They had all kinds of shit back in the day. They kick us with this bullshit, but I mean, they ain't even got the pyramids down yet. So cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. They've been had societies that were very functionable, and that's where they got all this shit from. They stole that shit when they made slavery legal, and they came and dominated it. They took everything that was already created and recreated it amongst their people because they didn't know how to do that.
And then passed it out like it was theirs.
Already. You know? Stealing jokes. If you was a comic, that's what happened. Some motherfuckers that just came, stole your joke. They took it and made it on TV with it.
I'm gonna buy up all the Marley Marl sea moss that he have him making the sea moss. I'm gonna take all the sea moss, I'm gonna rename it. Then I'm gonna get out there and sell it. And then I'm gonna turn around and become a distributor of Marley Moss. Because Marley, you can't make no more sea moss no more and put a ban on him. He can't make no more, but you can buy from me.
Yeah, you saying it. You saying American Gangster. I don't care what you do with it. You know, just keep it Marley Marl. You know, that's Marley Marl. Hey, try to call it black magic, blue magic. I don't care what you call it.
You can call it. No, I'm saying he wants you to call it. He wanted him to call it something else if he was going to change it.
Yeah, he's like, but you're going to switch something too, but she going to keep mine the same. So you're going to keep it the same. You're going to cut it, then you're going to switch the name, but you're going to keep it that strong Marley Marl. But Reese be cutting it anyway, so yeah, you're right. You got to name up, man.
Just trying to destroy you, Molly. It ain't even about nothing else but just to destroy you. You know what I mean? It ain't even really the money, just a bonus. When the man can crush all these other cultures, look. Oh my gosh, it's just so ridiculous. You got the Indians, they savages. You got the black people, we violent. You got the Mexicans now, they thieves and criminals. You know what I'm saying? What the white man is. They ain't never made up a name or a story for the white man. What is they? What's going on here? I mean, you got a label for everybody.
Made him the savior.
Yeah, I'm just saying you got to label. They label everybody, all them savages. Yeah, I guess you would. You want all your homeboys. That's just like a blood leader saying, "Oh, them motherfucking Crips, them they ain't even got to do nothing to us. We just gonna go through and just tear the block up." You know what I mean? Just spreading shit like that. That's how it's going down. You know.
And if you live on that side where they live, then you one of them too. I ain't even in no gang, but you live over there in gang territory, so that means you wanted them. But I ain't even in no, but you won't get got too. Why?
You should have moved over here.
You on that side, you across the street. Everything over there across the street is this. Everything over there is this. If you don't cross the street or you got, man, we don't own no people. We don't own no. Look, Dr. Sebi said it best. How am I going to name something I don't even own? Hello. Now, he didn't even create. He said that he didn't
Oh,
make
it ain't hard. You see everything here. You know? Everything. Y'all see me fooding up? I don't want to hear no excuses for y'all. Look at this shit. Food line. Food line. They was on sale for $3.99, $4.99. I don't want to hear that shit.
What was on sale?
Bag up. You gotta bag it up. See, I bagged it up. Put it in there. Bag it up there. I got a bag up.
I can't see what
bag over here. Bag it up.
What's $3.99, baby?
$4.99. The watermelons.
Oh, I got my $3.99 watermelon. I got my joke. I keep
motherfucker.
Once a week. Yes.
Ain't no excuse. I don't want to hear y'all motherfuckers. I don't want to hear that shit. Ain't no excuse, man. You can eat this shit all day long.
You gotta get it when it's on sale. True that. True that.
You know what I mean?
True that. Trey. I thought
Trey
you
might mute it.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not frozen. I mean, I ain't either way. I ain't say nothing.
Crack a dog.
I ain't say nothing about 15 minutes.
My bad.
Yeah,
It's getting close to that time. So we gotta close to the wrap-up time. This is the time when I give the panel a chance to say their closing remarks, to tell them where they're gonna be, where people can find them, and what's the highlights that they got going on and everything. We can start with Funny Man Green first, and we hit JoJo and everything, and see if Trey or Molly want to chime in on something.
Yeah, I sent a flyer to Molly.
Okay. For real.
Okay, baby. What's it about? Tell us what's it about, baby.
Let me see. It's called the Sugar and Spice 50 Shades of Razik. It's gonna have me, your boy Corey Chris, Tree Kicking, Tay Boogie, and a bunch of other ones that I can't read the name. But yeah, it's gonna be at Mezzo's. It's gonna be on November the 7th. 8 o'clock. Doors open up at 8 o'clock.
Did that nigga just say November?
November?
Yeah, I said November.
God damn.
But I'm currently working on something in September the 12th. You know what I mean? It's going to be a slash birthday party with my aunts. It's going to be a comedy show slash birthday party with your girl Althea McFarland headlining. I already got the okay from JoJo and Nemo. I'm waiting on Teddy. But yeah, that's going to be. Let me see what the address. That's going to be on 249 Virginia Avenue. It's going to be at the event center. September the 12th.
249 Virginia Avenue, Event Center, Cumberland, Maryland.
Yeah. At 3 o'clock, I get the tour and everything. But they're real excited. This will be the first time. They only been around for like a year. I just now heard about them. But they do like birthday parties and baby showers, and this will be the first time they do a comedy show. So they're going to build the stage and everything, like have everything ready for September the 12th.
Okay, I shared what it looked like to the Morning Max show. So if Molly feel like pulling it up, and it gives you pictures of the event center, what it looks like and everything.
Yeah, they said they're on Facebook and everything. But yeah, like I said, I'll get the first tour today at 3 o'clock.
Okay. And it's 2 hours and 24 minutes away from us.
Right.
So that's the 2.5 hour commute. Okay. Okay. All righty.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, David Green. Funny man, David Green. Jojo Baby, you going to say anything?
Peace and love and blessings. I'm grateful for this Wellness Wednesday here on the Morning Mac Show. Y'all make sure y'all get that good health. Make sure you eating right, got that good melon. You know what I mean? Your health is your wealth. And Friday, I'll be making an appearance at Sully's down at DC. I don't have the showtime and all that, but you know, you can find that
Find
out
out
real
the
easy.
showtime and give us the address so we
You
can
know,
put that up. So
Sully's, just look up Sully's Comedy Club in DC or some shit like that, and I'll be there. And then
Sully's in Baltimore too.
yeah, no, DC. I said DC. I did say DC.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll be sliding through there, and I got a couple other things coming up, and we still got time to tell for that next month, 2 of them next month. I think there's one at the end of this month. I can't remember. I gotta look it back up. But Sully's on Friday. I'll be able to come through, get a little feature act up in that joint, and I'll be out. Come check us out. We're gonna have a ball.
Okay, as he crunches into the watermelon. Trey or Molly, y'all got anything to add or anything to say?
I wish I had some honeydew and pineapple to cut up. That's what's up, Weezy. Nah, I just appreciate everybody tapping in, people that made the time to actually come on the show, that's on the panel with us, took the time out to comment and show love and share the clip. If you didn't share the live yet, please do now before we end the show. We'll be back tomorrow till Thursdays. Got some crazy stories for y'all, so make sure that y'all tap in. But other than that, just take care of yourself. Hopefully y'all learn something today. Y'all can pick up some. We ain't telling you do a whole 360 and just, you know, change your data, but just try to learn about some of the things that they telling us, because most times what they telling us is a lie, and most times lies going to affect us 20 years from now. And it's like, damn, I should have listened to the Wellness Wednesday show. They was telling me this, and they, you know, so just try to learn from some things. If you get the information applied to life, don't just know it, know it applied to life and share it to the next person. And it's all right to not know. A lot of people, I think when they get to a certain age, they don't like to not know something. They got to know. And if they feel like they don't know, they won't just let it be known. I learned something new today. It's all right to learn something new. You're never too old to learn something new. We got to get out of that. And I think we do that a lot as black people. I want to cross that a whole lot, and I was like that when I was younger. Oh, no, I already knew that. I didn't know that shit, but it was just something quick to say. I didn't want people to feel like they taught me something that day. But now, and I love it. Every time somebody say something that I ain't heard or I ain't know nothing about, oh, damn, that's good. I never heard that before, but people got to get out of their way. They in their own way, and that's what it be. We got to look within first. But, yeah, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Same time, 10:30 as always.
Rest in peace, Carlton. I love you, brother.
Big Trey. Big Trey. Get on the mic and tell them what you say.
Also, this is
I ain't got shit to say now. Let's wrap this shit up. That's all.
Entertainment purposes only.
Hey, Trey, you got to go ahead and shut a nigga up if they talk. You got to say, excuse me, let me cut in, please. You've been going for 5 minutes because my mouth can run too.
No, that's all right. Sometimes I let y'all have fun and talk and everything. I don't need it. Listening is enough. I'm fine with that.
We love you anyway, homeboy. Love you too, Reese, David, Molly. All y'all niggas, nobody tells them that they love them in the hood no more.
Love, brother, man. Weezy Weez say that's so true, Molly. If they stop being teachable, we speed up out there. I agree with that. She laughing at Trey. Weezy, you better get on here with us tomorrow. If not, Friday for sure.
I love you, Trey. Love you, David Green. Love you, JoJo.
Love, Weezy, Wee. Love. Look at you.
It's what all around.
Y'all girls out there, drink y'all okra water. Y'all girls, drink your okra water. Keep them coochies wet. You never know when that dry D ain't gonna slide up.
I mean, but you know,
with the fuel for your start, when feels dark, we're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Max Show. Oh, it's the with Max, with the time.
And my boy Hakeem popped in today. What up, King? So I make sure it's that number 9 on the sticker. And once they wipe our mind and change our history, that's why we fight for identity.
Yep. And they already got people listed prisoners. We'll hit on that tomorrow. That's all alternatives again. When they downloading memories in your mind. So when you say your mind, you are absolutely right, my brother.
That's why I be worrying about this shell too much. The spirit live forever. You just take care of this body that was gifted to you, you know. But a lot of people care more about the body than the spirit. Gotta get past it. Peace. We up out of here.
Peace.